2018 hasn't been the best year for wrestling, but it sure has been a notable one. WWE have stuck to their favourites through the year like they usually do. Baron Corbin kept becoming a bigger presence on screen, Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns were just as dominant as they always had been. AJ Styles may have finally dropped the WWE Championship, but has easily retained his position as SmackDown's top guy. We saw Shinsuke Nakamura win the Royal Rumble, Daniel Bryan return from injury, and even the temporary retirement of Roman Reigns due to leukemia. Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch changed the women's divisions, and Seth Rollins, Elias and The Miz keep increasing in popularity. We saw new stars take the main roster by storm in the form of Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre, and an unlikely career resurgence for Dolph Ziggler. But will 2019 bring us similar big stars? I'm James from Wrestling Hub, and today we're looking at the 5 wrestlers that can have a big 2019. Ruby Riott is honestly too good to be stuck in Raw's women's division mid-card. It's understandable that it isn't necessarily the easiest division to break through, especially since Ronda Rousey joined, but she has been great for the division, and even on television. Her latest angle with Natalya showed how far she's come in terms of her ring presence, and she's a genuine heel, the one can really play mind games with her opponents, using her intellect and her cohorts, Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan. Riott's latest program with Natalya is as proof as to why she's going to kill it in 2019, as her heel work is absolutely wonderful. The fans have been buying into her for a while now, and there is an Alexa Bliss shaped hole to temporarily fill. WWE should generally consider giving her a bigger run in 2019. You can start out with a good performance in the Rumble, but it can build to so much more. She may be the inaugural Women's Raw Tag Team Champion with the Riott Squad, or may just get her hands on the Raw Women's Championship. An exciting year lies ahead for Riott, as WWE are evidently prepping her for bigger things. When Elias was making his way up to the main roster, Triple H has said that Elias isn't someone who would have succeeded in NXT, but will most definitely succeed in the main roster. Lars Sullivan is a lot like that too. Whatever anyone says, WWE is still the land of the giants, and there's a reason why top stars in the company right now are giants, like Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. Lars Sullivan couldn't succeed in the work rate heavy NXT, but will definitely succeed on Raw or SmackDown. 2018 was good for Sullivan, as he was part of a 5-star match in the inaugural North American title match for NXT TakeOver New Orleans, and also challenged Aleister Black for the NXT Championship later. Now he's being teased to debut on Raw or SmackDown anytime soon, and will probably receive an enormous push straight out the gate. 2019 is a big year for Sullivan, provided his past doesn't drag him down. "2018 has been a bit topsy-turvy for Andrade Almas. He started the year as a bona fide star in NXT, and he and Johnny Gargano got the first 5-star rated match from Dave Meltzer since John Cena and CM Punk in 2011. He was NXT champion, making an appearance at the Royal Rumble, and then he got called up to the main roster. His main roster tenure could be labelled as disappointed, but he hasn't been used nearly as well as he should be, and he's been usually booked to lose, albeit to top stars like Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. Almas is definitely booked for a big 2019, as apparently Vince McMahon is extremely fond of the young Mexican and is preparing a slow push for him. Along with that, recent reports state that Almas may just be a part of the United States Championship match at WrestleMania. His talents are too good to be unnoticed, and his pairing with Zelina Vega has been a massive success. Expect Almas to make the most of 2019. Sasha Banks has been so criminally underutilized since 2016 that it isn't even funny anymore. She was breaking ground with Bayley on NXT and then continued to do so with Charlotte on the main roster. What seemed to be an inevitable feud between her and Bayley has become an odd couple tag pairing, which hasn't really been working out. Her talents are far too superior to be used in the mid-card as they have been, so it's about time that she pushes back up the ranks. Banks is perennially popular and her skill set isn't going anywhere. She's just waiting in the sidelines at this point to move back up the card and be in contention for a championship again. She may be the inaugural tag team champion with Bayley. as it is also likely that she becomes the top heel of the brand if Nia Jax fails in that role. She could also be a secondary babyface under Ronda Rousey. 2019 has to be the year Banks rediscovers her mojo again. I mean, it has to be 2019. 2016 was so bright for Balor as he became the inaugural Universal Champion then, but ever since, he's never come close to that level of stardom. An injury absolutely derailed his career, and now he has to fight to ensure that he has a prominent spot on the card. He's in the upper mid-card, but it doesn't look like he'll break into the upper echelons just yet. 2019 may be the year he does, however. Balor is probably the #1 pick to go to SmackDown during the Superstar shakeup, as WWE have been asked by Fox to put more athletic guys on the SmackDown roster. There's no way that Balor would be fodder on SmackDown like he was on Raw. Sure, he might have become champion in 2019, but he'll surely make a dramatic rise at the cards and possibly reclaim the throne he never rightfully lost. And that was the top 5 wrestlers that can have a big 2019. Is there anybody that didn't make this list that you think should? Let us know down in the comments.